Mate, Chris Scott joined the Cats as head coach in 2011.
Yeah, that was his first year. Yeah,
First year. Won a flag that year.
Yep.
Played plenty of finals since, but hasn't won a flag since that first year.
I'm aware.
You're aware of this?
Yep.
With that in mind, how are you feeling right now?
You know full well I'm nervous. I even got clammy hands when you started that sentence with Chris Scott. Like, where the fuck is this going? It's going to be a long old week.
Well, Jacko, one and all, welcome to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Mate, how you doing?
I am really, really well.
Really well.
Yeah. That's one of the emotions I reckon I'll feel this week.
Feeling a few emotions at the moment.
Up and down. Yeah, it's going to be a long old week. I'm going to say that a lot this episode. But no, I can't complain. The sun's out. It's been a ripper day in Melbourne.
It has been. It's probably not going to be like that on the weekend, but we'll take what we can get. How is your weekend just gone?
First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
I'm doing all right. I had the blinds open today. Actually,
it is a bit warm in here. I was actually wondering.
Yeah. It's feeling like spring, mate.
For those who don't know, Ashwin is a vampire. That's why he's had to clarify that the blinds are open.
The blinds are open.
Usually, no direct sunlight for this man.
Yeah. It's I think I started it in the peak of summer last year when it was like. When it would make such a big difference. It would literally increase the room temperature by like 5 to 10 degrees. It's just no brainer. Keep it closed.
Yeah, recording the pod in here in summer, we have to turn the aircon off because the mics pick it up.
You can hear it,
and so we get fucking sweaty by the end of it.
It was literally just like blast it, have it closed, and then just turn it off and just get it done. Get it done.
Whack it back on as soon as we're done. But no, weekend was good. Had a bit of a winery tour on the Saturday.
Yes.
Weather wasn't fantastic, but whenever we were kind of outside, we seemed to get away with it.
Yeah.
The rain had hold off. It was it was Tash's birthday.
Nice.
It wasn't Tash's birthday. It was Tash's birthday.
It was Tash's birthday.
Yeah, Tash is a big friend of the show. So happy birthday to. It was actually Tuesday. Yeah, it's his birthday today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sorry, it's not Tash's birthday. It's Tash's birthday.
It's Tash's.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tash's.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And then the footy on Friday, but we'll get to that. I imagine.
Yes. Yes, we will.
How was your weekend?
It was good. I actually got a bit of. Haven't performed since like busking.
Of course.
Was that like March or something this year?
Was it March?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy, but
Jesus.
yeah, it was good I did a bit of a charity gig through work.
Yes, you did.
Friday. And it was good, just sort of getting back into the swing of things because performing is just, you need practice. It's like anything really.
Mm-hmm.
So I am planning on doing the album launch gig later this year. So I'm like, well, I'd rather get some practice in before that.
This is a plug.
Very subtle.
But it went well though? The show went well?
Yeah, it did. I only stuffed up a couple of times and the stuff ups were quite like I missed like half a line and I just went, yeah, and then went back into it. I've realized I've trained myself to do that now.
You've come a long way.
I've come a long way.
No, I love that. Pretty well received though. Like had people chatting to you and
Yeah. It was good. People are asking more about music and sort of following on Spotify and this and that. So
not on the gram because you don't post on the gram.
Because I haven't posted since busking.
Wow, really?
I haven't posted anything since March. So I'm very, very hot on the socials, as everyone knows.
I dread to think, because when I post on the pod page,
yeah,
like more often than not, I'm tagging you as well. So I dread to think of the amount of notifications that you've got not on Ravenous, on your other one. There must be a fuckload.
It probably,
yeah,
because I use Ravenous very little, and I use my personal even less.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be years, I reckon.
Anyway, well, I assume at some point, whether I like it or not, we're going to have to talk about footy. So I guess we'll start running it back now. Hey?
So running it back through another week, the prelim week. The week of prelims, I should say.
Yes. Did you want to start again?
Nah. I'm committing, mate. I'm committing. So, the Cats, you were at the game. The Cats were way too good for the Lions. And although from a neutral point of view, it was a very average game, I'm sure you probably would have had other thoughts. What was it like at the game?
Let me give you some insight into how my mind works. So before, obviously I mentioned a few weeks ago that me and my old man went to the Geelong Collingwood final.
The one that you nearly fainted.
Well, thanks, mate. Yeah. But before that, the last final we went to was Geelong Freo 2012.
Yes.
At the MCG where Pav kicked 6. It's like Matthew Scarlett's last game. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we've rocked up and we've got to the aisle where we're sitting, and I've looked around and gone, Dad, we're sitting in the same sort of spot as that Freo game. You're going, oh, for fuck's sake, don't tell me that. So that was what I was like heading into it.
Mm-hmm.
When we were outside the GMHBA, obviously big sponsors of Geelong, they were handing out these little, I guess they were star-shaped, but they're stress balls. Like they're
like squishy.
Yeah. They got GMHBA on them. Well, they did. I was squeezing mine so hard that I rubbed it off by the time half time came around.
Jeez.
Yep. We were up by, I think I checked the score, it was 44 points, and my hands were still clammy.
At half time, right?
I think maybe a little bit after half time.
Yeah.
44. And I was like, I can't shake the feeling.
Yeah.
Because then I started thinking about the Miracle on Grass in 2013.
Yeah.
Mate, my brain. And then I remembered early in the fourth quarter, Lee Matthews' first to 100 rule.
Uh-huh.
We kicked a goal to get the score to 101 to 32 in the fourth quarter.
101 to 32.
And at that point, I've gone, all right, I can relax now. I can relax.
Bloody oath you can relax. 101 to 32.
And then I got upset about Max Holmes' injury.
Yeah.
And then I started freaking out about how I'm going to be feeling this whole week.
If you can find any reason to be...
I wish I didn't think the way that I do sometimes. It's so fucked up. I mean, we were talking about it at work today, and I was explaining all of this as I just have.
Yeah.
And she turned around and gone, do you enjoy footy? I was sitting there going, fuck, I don't think, it sounds like I don't.
think so.
It doesn't sound like it, does it?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, you weigh it up and it's like, well, how much happiness does this bring me? It's like, it does.
Oh,
but yeah.
It's just, the sheer joy and the crushing disappointment as we experienced with the Pels. I mean, it's a small gap, isn't it? It's a fine line. But the other prelim was a much better game.
It was.
The Swans were really good early.
Yes.
And then the Pies came clawing back, and Swans only just outlasted them.
Yeah, you just knew they were coming.
Collingwood.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been the script all year, isn't it?
100%. It's just what they do, mate. If anything, it's almost like a level of comfort when they start games and the other team's ahead. And it's just like, oh yeah, so this is how the game goes, and we'll come back at some point.
Yeah, no, you're right. And they're such a young team, so the only way's up for them. They're definitely back on the right.
Oh yeah,
the right track. How young that team is. They finished 17th.
Yep.
Last year to get to a prelim. The way that they did.
I mean, that would have been the story of the year. Absolutely. From 17th to, and I honestly thought they were going to win. And I don't think I was the only one, especially in towards the later stages of the last quarter. Within the last 5 minutes, they clawed it back from being 21 points down to 1 point.
Was it? Fucking hell, was it that?
Yes.
21 points, 5 minutes.
Yes.
Fuck. So if there was another minute and a half or something like that.
That last bit, the rush behind, I thought it was so close to being off the boot. Like,
actually, no, it was. Yeah, no, I
and that was with
yeah.
3 seconds left.
Sorry, after the winery tour, we were at a pub watching it on the TV from afar. So as you can imagine, when the margin was a bit bigger, we weren't really paying as much attention. But then, kind of got sucked in.
Yeah.
But I do remember that.
But, boy. I forget which commentator said it. Someone said the Pies were playing like they wanted to win, and Sydney were playing like they didn't want to lose. And that was exactly what the game was like. So I'm surprised that Sydney got through, but they did.
That's a great bit. Sorry, it's a great bit of commentary. That's a great comment. But nah, Sydney are a fantastic team.
Oh, like
absolutely deserve to be there. Let's not
absolutely.
I'll just drop my phone. Let's not beat around the bush there. They're a fantastic outfit, and it's going to be.
You sound like you're about to play him. You sound like you're an oppressor about to play him. Just Sydney are an amazing club. They've proven it all this year, and just you sound.
I pulled up really well. Yeah, just looking forward to the challenge on the weekend. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, the boys worked hard. Full credit to the boys. Anyway, what else happened? Was the Brownlow.
The Brownlow happened.
The Brownlow happened. We have a new Brownlow medalist.
We do.
Alapati Cripper. Have I ever mentioned that on the pod before?
Calling him Alapati Cripper?
Well, there's a few that I call Alapati. So, do you remember, did you used to play for Port Adelaide?
Alapati
Carlisle?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, I do it with Danger, with Cripps. Is there any other Patricks in the... I don't know if there is.
Ryder? Did you still?
No, yeah, I did say it with Ryder as well. Yeah, I'd say Alapati Dangerfield, Alapati Cripps, Alapati Ryder.
Yeah.
Because of Alapati Carlisle. It's one of my more niche references.
Yes.
And I'm not here to apologise for it.
That's good.
Paddy Cripps.
Yep. It was. It was a great win. It was right to the last round, right?
Thrilling count. I think it was. Was it Neil and Took?
Took, yes.
They were on 27. I think they were both on 27.
Yep.
And Cripps was on 26.
Yep.
Took didn't get any in the last round. Neil got 1.
Yep.
And then, the last game of the season, or second last game of the season, Cripps got 3.
Got the 3.
To snatch it right at the end.
Yep.
Closest one that I can remember for a little while.
Yeah, bit of controversy though, mate.
And it's been dominating the headlines since he won.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. Like in a close, tight contest, there's always going to be, I think, a bit of controversy. I think.
For those who aren't aware of the controversy, did you want to spell it out for them? Let them know what we're talking about.
I think everyone would be aware, but I'll say it anyway. Toot got robbed.
Absolutely robbed.
Absolutely robbed.
This man right here, in badge form and sock form on the pod.
Should have got 2 votes last round, mate.
Should have got 2 votes for bloody the part of the set.
That would have been it. He would have.
How did he not get 2 votes? How did he not get a single vote in the last round?
Got 0, mate.
Oh, that's so fucked. The
biggest controversy of the
absolutely,
week.
Absolutely dominating the headlines. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah,
but prelims are done.
Yes,
Brownlow's done.
Yes,
usually means one thing, doesn't it?
The last dance.
The one day in September. It's a mouth-watering grand final that's been set up. Everything just feels like it's a little bit more back to normal now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, although it's sort of normal, but I mean, the Cats and Swans have never played each other in a grand final.
That's true. No, they haven't played each other in a grand final. I more meant with it being back at the G and back as an afternoon game.
This is the first time, isn't it? Since
2019 would have been the last one, yeah.
Yeah.
Richmond GWS.
Yeah, because it was Gabba and then
WA.
Jeez.
Yeah, so back at the mighty MCG.
Yes.
For those wondering, I'm not going.
You're not going?
My heart couldn't take it.
Your heart couldn't take it.
Flat out couldn't take it. But no, it's an interesting fact you mentioned. First time that the Cats and Swans have faced off in a grand final, considering they're 2 of the oldest, if you count South Melbourne.
Yeah.
2 of the oldest clubs in the history of the game.
And quite successful clubs at that too. So, yeah.
Yeah, another fun fact. Buddy Franklin and Joel Selwood, they're setting a record for the longest time between an opposition player facing each other in a grand final.
Being on opposing teams. Yeah.
14 years since 2008.
Jeez.
Also did a bit of research. Guess what else I found that I won't be able to get out of my head?
What?
The last time we went 15, we won 15 in a row.
Yeah.
Leading into a grand final.
Yeah.
It was 2008.
2008?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
there
not happy
go.
with that. And I'm just, I know I'm a nuffy. I know I am.
You are. And that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today. The fact that this man is a fucking nutty.
I am. I'm a nervous wreck. I am. And I'm sorry. I wish I wasn't. I really do.
No, it's fine. Even before, when you were like, you got to the game on the prelim and you were like, oh, this is exactly where we were sitting at the Freo game and everything. Mm-hmm. It's like superstitious in a way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're going to be going through some. It's a big week.
It's a big week
in the lead up to Granny. We're going to be talking about superstition and nerves, and we're going to be approaching it through the eyes of some of the players that might be getting a bit nervous at this moment in time. Mm-hmm. So, do we want to run it back through some?
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. So, probably not as nervous as I'll be getting.
Probably not.
But yeah, they probably have their own little superstitions just to kind of settle their own nerves.
Yeah.
So we're handpicking players, and we're just going to run through what they might be, what we think that they're definitely the absolutely 100% real. This is
definitely doing. Case, we've done our research and everything, but
we have contacts. We are not revealing our sources.
No,
we wouldn't dream of it.
No.
Shall I start then? Shall I?
Yeah, you kick it off, mate. Okay.
Player number 1 that we're handpicking, Jeremy Cameron. Jeremy Cameron. Now we've spoken about Jezza looking down the barrel before.
We have. Right? We did a whole episode on that. We based
a whole episode around it. Okay. Now he's a big time player.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's worthy of being on the camera.
Yeah.
No, that was a weird sentence. But it happened again on Sunday night, didn't it?
It did with the watermelon,
right? The watermelon. He was just chomping away on watermelon on a fork, by the way, which is weird in itself. Just jumping, and it looked like he had a fucking mouthful and a half in there.
Yeah.
And the camera panned to him, and he looked up at the big screen and saw that he was there with a mouthful of watermelon, and he bloody freaked out. But the man knows where the camera is.
He does.
All right. So, word on the street, right, is there. It's a bit of a match week tradition for him.
Yeah.
He stares down the barrel of every possible camera that he can find.
Yeah,
throughout the week. So even if he's out, on a stroll, for his morning coffee, he sees someone taking a photo.
It
can be a selfie. It could be of the scenery, whatever.
Yeah,
he's there, right down the barrel.
Right down the barrel. Yeah.
Now, the research that's been done, we don't know how many he has to get hit before he's comfortable.
If it's a specific number that he's going for, or if it's just. Wherever it is. Yeah.
But if it's everyone that he finds, does he get to a certain point where he's like, okay, I've hit enough for the week?
Yeah.
So if he's behind where he needs to be, he goes looking for more cameras?
Yeah, see can you force it? I don't know if that changes it. If he just goes around and then asks people to take photos and then he jumps in the background, I'm not sure if that counts.
Well, there's a few superstitions that can be forced. There's people that put say one sock on before the other every time. That's kind of forcing.
You are forcing it. Yeah.
But that's what Cameron does, and I can guarantee that's what we're doing this week.
Yep,
that's what he'll be doing.
We'll see if it works. So I'll go to the next play on the opposition side. Tom Papley, mate. He's a bit of a lively character, you could say. Got a lot of energy about him.
Yes, he does.
He played really well on the weekend as well.
Had a really good prelim, yeah.
But he always seems quite hyped.
He loves a celebration.
He does.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, he does seem a bit hyped, doesn't he?
So, obviously, this is absolutely factual. Everything we're saying is factual.
But goes without saying.
Goes without saying, yeah. But Tom Papley has a very strict list of songs that he listens to throughout the week in the lead up to a game.
Oh, what kind of songs?
Oh, well, I mean, they start off as sort of semi-hype songs, and then they get increasingly built in terms of hype.
Yeah, right.
It needs to build up gradually, but you start with hype, but it's, sort of soft hype, I guess. You could start with something like "Die For It" or something.
Shock, that's the first song you go for.
But then, towards the end of the week, you go into something like "Start a Riot," right?
Yeah,
you gotta. They're both hype, but you build it up, right?
Right, okay.
Because you don't want to start high and then use all your hype before. That's why this man's always so hype during the weekend.
So he times it well, does he?
He times it. It's all about the progression of hype.
See, it's interesting because Barney Stinson would disagree with you.
Really?
He's got a get psyched mix, and he believes it should be all rise.
Right.
Yeah, it's like all up there.
Okay, so it doesn't go up. It just stays up. Okay. All right.
So maybe if you two want to get together and have a chat and see if you can come to some kind of
compromise.
Yeah. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to handpick another player, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go Geelong player.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Lance Buddy Franklin, if that's all right.
That's all right.
This is all 100% factual, accurate, no bullshit. We wouldn't dream of talking shit on this show.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we keep reiterating that it is completely factual, but I guess we can keep doing that. But yeah,
he's been around for a while.
Yes,
old buddy. He's been entertaining us for years and years and years. He signed on for another year as well.
I did see that.
So you think there's not a lot left to know about the man? Not a lot left to learn.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you'd be wrong. Not a lot of people do know this, but he researches security for every single game. Every single ground, he wants a roster of all the security guards, the amount,
who's on duty,
whereabouts they're going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so whether it's the people manning the boundaries themselves, security throughout the rest of the ground, even down to the physical barriers around the ground themselves, right?
Yep.
He has to do that. He's very meticulous. It's part of his match week preparation.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but I guess, yeah.
There's 2 times he hasn't done it.
Okay.
It was once in 2008. Was it 2008 when he kicked 100 goals?
When he kicked 100 goals. Yeah.
And then this year against the Cats
when he kicked
his 1,000th goal, right? And he got mobbed in both of them.
It makes so much sense when you say that. The 2 times that he doesn't put in the work, or he doesn't put in the match preparation.
So in his own mind, that's kind of sealed the deal that that's what he needs to do.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, you just get mobbed.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to do that. No one wants to do that.
If anyone's going to get mobbed, it's him. So I think it makes sense.
No, I mean, fair play to him. Fair play.
Yeah, especially in a granny too. You definitely have to. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be doing it this week for sure. Anyway, so the next player is Tash's favourite, actually.
Not Tash's favourite.
Not Tash's.
This is
Tash's. Tash's favourite.
Tash's favourite.
Bradley Close.
Bradley. We do love Bradley.
We do love Bradley.
I don't think he's actually got enough of a mention on the show. Bradley.
Not as much as you'd think.
Considering how often to talk about him
off air. Yeah, one of those strange ones. But anyway, during the season, he's very superstitious about his arms. Yeah. You'll notice that he always wears the long sleeves.
Yep.
And there's a reason for this. He doesn't allow any part of his arms to be touched by direct sunlight.
There you go. Shoulders right the way,
all the way down to your
wrist.
To your wrist, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And he's very committed to this. All the way throughout the game, after the game, everything.
Yeah, right. It makes so much sense.
It does. It does. And it's worked for him, mate. He's in a granny. So
true. Wow. I mean, you see people out there, you go, oh yeah, rocking the long sleeves. You're like, go off, King.
Yeah.
Long sleeve. Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
You never stop to think why.
You never think about why.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can just say, we do love a long sleeve.
We do. And we love Bradley.
And we do. Although we don't really say it much on air. But
chuck a comment down below if you want more Bradley Close content.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we can do a few episodes around him if we need be.
Yeah, a couple. We're all about him.
How good is Bradley?
How good's Bradley?
Anyway, that's probably it for this week on Bradley, though.
Right? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Tune in next week. Or don't. I don't know.
Oh, no. You've done it again.
All right, I'm going to swiftly move on. I'm going to talk about Chris Scott, if that's all right.
Scotty?
Yeah, the guy who hasn't won a flag since his first year, as you kindly mentioned right from the get-go.
Yes.
Now, not a lot of people know this. Obviously, there's a few of the nutters on social media are aware that Brad Scott works. Does he work at AFL House or so? He's
not sure.
No,
not too sure.
Well, there's a massive conspiracy theory that Geelong have been paying off the umpires this whole year. So a lot of comments about that going around. So no wonder in the granny.
Yeah, right.
But he's very close with his twin brother Brad.
Yes. Yes.
On the morning of the granny, he has to be on the line for exactly 2 minutes. Has to be on the phone to Brad Scott for exactly 2 minutes.
Exactly 2 minutes.
Because that's how much older than him he is.
Chris Scott is 2 minutes older than Brad Scott.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So it's this.
That's every final that they played as Brisbane Lions player. Every final that he's coached as Geelong.
Yep.
And the grand finals are no exception.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Even when they were playing together, just get the phone out.
I mean, they could have been sitting just as
But you've got to be on the phone for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting one. There you go.
And the opposition coach, Johnny Longmire. Let me start by just saying I feel like we haven't used this phrase before. I think I should start saying it.
It's so good. It's so good.
Once a shin boner, always a shin boner.
Ah,
Johnny Longmire.
Right. I thought you were going to say this is 100% accurate. What I'm about to say.
Oh well.
Once a shin boner, always a shin boner. We'll discuss it.
But yes, this is 100% accurate as well, and factual. Johnny Longmire actually owns a horse.
Does he actually?
Yes, on his property in...
That's why they call him horse.
In New South Wales, correct.
That's probably not.
No, everything we say is quite factual indeed.
Okay. So he owns a horse
he does.
in his property in New South Wales.
He does. And basically, on the night before a grand final, he needs to pat the horse 99 times.
What? Why 99?
Well, that's the one flag that he's won.
Oh,
1999.
Right.
He missed out on 96.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So the 99 flag, that's the one that he's won. So before every grand final, the night before, pats the old horse 99 times.
Shit.
All good.
So he did it in 2012, obviously.
Yeah.
Why did he forget to do it in 2014 and 16?
I don't know, mate.
Oh, come on, horse.
You just gotta do. Maybe he got to 96 and then he got distracted or something. I don't know.
He's like, I should have played.
Getting forward now. The big dance, mate. The grand final is this weekend. So I want you to give me the winner, the margin, the first goal, and the Norm Smith.
Oh, you're a dog.
What?
Nah, I don't want to.
You're just not gonna.
I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Is instead I'm gonna ask you. All right, the big dance is here. Right?
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay.
I want you to give me the winner, the margin, the first goal, and the Norm Smith.
And the Norm Smith. Okay. I think the Cats are going to win. I think the Cats are going to win by 23 points. I think it'll be quite tight, and then I think the Cats will kick away in the last quarter. I think the first goal will be kicked by. I don't want to say his name because I don't do it as much justice as you do. But can you say his name?
No, I'm not even doing that.
You're not even going to do that for me.
No.
Tyson.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the Norm Smith, I think, is going to be Patrick Dangerfield, because I think this year's final series, more than any other finals ever before, he's actually showed up, and I think he's going to continue that form. So there you go.
Okay, and I'm going to swiftly move on because it's time to switch on.
Switch on.
Alrighty, so switching on, as we said, couple of questions for you, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Brownlow just happened.
It did.
All right. Paddy Cripps won with 29 votes.
Yes.
When was the last time that someone won with under 30 votes?
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Because I feel like the last few years it has been 30 plus and it's been quite easy. But for the majority of history, it's always been under 30 votes, I think. So I'm trying to think of when that change happened. I'm going to say, Nat 5. Was that 2014 when he won? Was that
I think he won in 2015. Yeah, it was 2015 because that's the photo I keep commenting on.
That one with the
cane.
The cane, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go, Nat 5 2015.
Tom Mitchell 2018. The 28 votes.
Really?
Yeah. There you go. See? No superstitions there.
Mm-hmm.
Although there isn't this one. Question 2. Open-ended as you like.
Yeah.
Why do you think that sports people are so superstitious or can be so superstitious?
It's a good one. Now I'm thinking about non-sports people. I'm trying to think of say a performer that's about to do a gig.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a particular ritual or thing that they do? And I can see that being very much the case as well.
Mm-hmm. Not the question though.
Yeah, but
I know it's been a cut.
But why do you think sports people can be so superstitious? I feel like anyone can be so superstitious.
Yeah, well, we're a sports podcast, mate, so that was why I just chucked it on there. All right, why do you think people can be so superstitious? Fuck me.
Because we're people.
Not that deep, bro.
Because we're people. It's just what we do. We like to think that we have some sort of control over the uncontrollable at times, and it gives us some sense of comfort, I think, and we're also experimental. We're experimental beings. If we do something a certain times and it works, it's science, and our brain treats it as science, so we do it again, and that's my answer.
It ended up being a very good answer.
Oh.
I'm definitely experimental.
Yes.
Emphasis on the mental.
On the mental. Okay, my question's for you. Question 1. In the song Superstition by Stevie Wonder, what is about to fall?
How's that one go? You want to give us a ravenous tribute?
Nah, that's all right. I've done a cover of it, actually.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. A while ago. What is about to fall?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about just generic superstitions, the pinch of salt over your shoulder or whatever.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Don't walk under a ladder. Some black cats and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what falls though. Nah, I don't know.
Don't know. Ladder.
I said ladder.
Yeah, but you didn't say. You didn't commit to it.
I know.
You literally said ladder.
I didn't submit a response.
Fuck. Black hats, ladders, things like that.
Fucking dumbest person I know. God damn it.
But it's funny because I always said that the song goes very superstitious, writings on the wall, very superstitious, ladders about to fall.
Yeah.
I always thought that the lyrics were letters about to fall, like writings on the wall, letters about to fall, until like when I Googled it just then beforehand.
Right, that question.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Well, that makes a bit more sense. I like your lyrics.
Oh, thanks, mate.
That's all right, mate.
All right. Question 2. How small does the margin in a grand final need to be for the player of a losing side to win the Norm Smith medal?
Is there like an actual rule in place?
No. Like,
oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Like your feel, like how close does the game need to be? What's the margin, do you reckon, for someone on the losing side to win the Norm Smith medal?
I think it really, really depends on how outrageous the individual performed.
Yeah, okay.
Because you think about, like, Chris Judd won in a losing grand final. I think that was Sydney West Coast. I think he won despite them losing by a point.
Yeah.
Nathan Buckley won, and I think that was like less than a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Gary Ablett Senior won one. That was a goal. So I think there's a few more as well that have.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I can remember. So you'd have to think it'd be somewhat of a close game.
Yeah.
Like you think anything above 2 goals.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking there's some players that have had a real influence to get it that way.
Yeah.
But if someone's kicked 9 goals, or if someone's had 48 touches and 1,000 metres gained.
Yeah. Do you still think they would get it? Because, like, say if your side was beaten by 35 points or something in the granny, but you've had 50 touches and kicked 4 goals or something, do you think you'd still win the Norm Smith? I don't know. Like, there's no right or wrong answer to this.
Probably not.
Because you haven't won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is an element of that, but if the margin's like, you think, what would you say, 35 points, the margin?
Yeah.
If it's like a couple of goals or less, it's like it can be down to a minute or so that's made the margin that way.
Yeah.
So you can be the best player on the ground for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And have those couple minutes not go your team's way. But if the margin's like that, you think that there's someone or someone's else.
Yeah.
At play. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll say a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Just based on history as well.
Yeah. Good answer.
Thanks, man.
All right, last question.
We didn't write this switch on.
Yeah, no, right. It's actually like a proper switch on. We always, I swear, week to week, we're always like, we apologise to everyone because switch on this week was pretty shit. Anyone that enjoys this segment.
Yeah, if it's your favourite segment. Yeah. We haven't for a while, though, to be fair.
Yeah. So if this is your favourite segment, you're welcome. Because this is a pretty good switch on, I reckon. All right, one more question.
You're welcome because it's not done yet as well.
Yeah. Question 3. For the first time this is a pretty shit question. For the first time this year, part of the grand final parade will be on boats along the Yarra. So if you were playing in the granny, would you prefer to be on a boat along the Yarra for the parade, or on a motorcade, traditional motorcade,
like the normal one?
Normal one.
Yeah, traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a fan of the boats. Not a fan of the water.
No, that'd be alright. I feel like the motorcade it's a bit more involved.
Yeah.
I think
people are closer to you.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the whole point of it. The parade. How about you?
I think a bit of both, because I think that's what they're actually doing this year.
Yeah, they are. They're like ending with, like, when you get to, was it Fed Square? Is that where that ends up? It's been that long, I can't even fucking remember.
I think they're going to the G, actually. I think.
Right.
There's something about that. They're going along the Yarra and then they're doing a loop and then heading up. Anyway. Yeah.
So you want a bit of both?
I think so.
Oh, Switch On was so good until that point.
Until that last question.
I should have
canned it.
It's all right.
Oh well.
Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. So, my legs from last week. Leg 1, I said, the winner of the Brownlow will not mention any children in their acceptance speech.
You went back and watched the speech, did you?
I did.
In full?
I did.
All right, okay,
yes.
Carry on.
And Alapatty Cripps does not have kids at the moment, so did not mention any kids.
That would have been weird if he did, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Mentioning future kids in... or just other kids that aren't yours. Probably weirder. Actually, both of them are weird. Let's dissect this a bit more, I think. We should talk about it a bit more.
Leg 2?
Leg 2. So, by the way, that was a tick. So, one from 3.
Yeah. Thank you.
Leg 2. The losing teams from both prelims will kick the same number of behinds. No, they didn't. They didn't. Leg 3. There will be no messages in the Pels group chat this weekend. There was. 1 from 3.
1 from 3. Standard programming. Yeah, I'll do. My legs from last week. I said that I will not almost pass out at the MCG on Friday night.
Yeah.
Bit of a shit-ass leg, but I didn't.
It's good.
So that got up.
Yeah.
I said the Brownlow medalist will play for an interstate team. And they should have got up. Duke was robbed.
He was.
Duke
I mean,
was
it's just
robbed.
the facts, but anyway. Yeah.
Can I say that I live outside of Victoria? Therefore, that would be an interstate team?
Probably not. Maybe I could say it, but considering the number of times I go to Sydney, but I think...
All right, well, it didn't get up.
It didn't get up.
Get up. And then leg 3, I said that Jack Crisp will not get caught holding the ball against Sydney.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I looked at the stats and it said he had like 8 turnovers and 4 clangers. I'm not sure which one of them.
Like, freeze against, is it?
Probably should have looked at that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume that there was one in there.
That there was?
Yeah. I'm happy to give myself just not for that.
Why
don't I think a freeze against? What a fucking dumbass. Let me have a look now.
Okay.
You want to just do your legs?
Start mine?
Yeah, start your legs.
Okay. So my legs for this week. At least, leg 1, at least 2 of the Oz kickers who present premiership medals will not receive a handshake from their respective player after the granny.
Okay.
Because I always watch that. Whenever
it's funny.
It's like, are they going to give you a handshake? It's always like a little pat on the head or something. Like sometimes you just don't get that handshake. It's a bit awkward sometimes. So
if it doesn't go well, usually, someone's left hanging.
Yes.
Either way.
Correct. So at least 2 times. Leg 2. There will be no representative from the Adelaide Crows in the final of the grand final sprint this year.
Have you researched that or have you just handpicked Adelaide
random?
Nice, I love that.
Yeah. Leg 3. There will be a meme that arises from the grand final entertainment of some sort.
Nice. My bet's on Robbie Williams.
Well, wait and see, mate.
I know, it's not part of your
It's not just him as well. It's few.
I know, but I reckon he'll be the man.
But
we'll be involved in the man.
Yeah.
Okay. My legs. Leg 1. I will get my mum to do at least 1 shot on Saturday.
Wow.
1.
Okay.
Leg 2. The Norm Smith medalist will be under 30.
Yeah, okay.
Under 30. And leg 3, we'll be able to get this one out of the way pretty early on into the game. The first bounce of the grand final will have to be recalled.
Oh, can you imagine?
You get all the hype, the siren sounds, umpire blows his whistle, ball up in the air, bounces it. Oh, sorry, we have to do it again.
Sorry. No,
come back.
Just,
One more game left. This is it. Season 22. No, season 2022. All comes down to this. As we said, it's a normal grand final again. Everything feels like it's come back into place.
Yep. It's normal.
Cats and Swans. May the best team win.
Yep.
Hope you all have a good day. Enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I think it's supposed to be pretty average weather. I think it's supposed to be like 13 and raining or whatever.
But yeah, you still make the best of it.
Yeah. Would you prefer a wet grand final or a dry grand final?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know. Sydney is so good.
No, just a quality side,
quality
just
side,
a quality
full
opposition.
credit to the boys.
Full credit, yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back next week. Probably a season wrap of some kind.
We haven't done that yet, have we?
No.
Yeah.
So I imagine I'll either be really sad or really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next week to find out.
Yep. Till then, keep kicking goals.